So he knocked out Colby Covington a couple years ago. Gilbert Burns, took him out. Jorge Masvidal took him out, and he goes the distance again, Colby, the rematch. So, again, who is next for Kamaru Usman at 170 pounds? Let's take a look at the current rankings right now for the welterweight division. Again, if you're playing musical chairs here, so Leon Edwards, Jorge Masvidal, they're going to fight next month in Vegas, UFC 269, Vicente Luque, Stephen Thompson. But the one guy we don't see on there that I know everybody would want to see fight Usman, obviously Chimaev.
Yeah, I think you set it up well. I mean, certainly Leon Edwards is lurking at number 3 in the world, and if he is able to get by Jorge Masvidal in December, no easy task. You got to think he's the guy. That being said, if I'm sending one welterweight in there to beat Kamaru Usman,
here he is.
That's the guy I'm sending in there, Chael. You know that.
Hey, that's him. Look, this guy is so exciting. He's been punched one time in 4 fights. He has more UFC wins than he has been struck. And I mean, look, that's a very impressive thing. I think the smart move, and don't forget when you see those rankings, they don't totally follow precedence at 170 pounds because Usman's already beat them all. Usman is on the second time. He's on the clean-out tour, so he does get some of those names. Could provide an opportunity, and that's where I submit for you, Chimaev.
I mean, and that's where I'm going with that. Had he not already seen a lot of these guys already, and now he's working his way back through, I think maybe Chimaev is going to have to hang out for a little bit and work his way up, just like everybody else does. But Usman's been so dominant. He's already beat a lot of these guys. Like John said, if we're just throwing a guy in there and we think can get it done, that's probably the guy.
I think most of the fan base, Michael, wants to see Khamzat Chimaev test himself against somebody in the top 5, but yet most of the fan base doesn't have any issue with the fact that Yuri Prochazka is 2-0 with the UFC, and he's getting a championship opportunity. So I think the fan base can be a little bit selective when it comes to these guys and their merits in terms of contendership. But, again, if you're looking for the biggest fight at 170 pounds for Kamaru, right? Now, Colby's out of the mix. That chapter was cleared. See what happens December 11th. But if you're looking for the biggest fight for Kamaru right now, first quarter 2022, it's Khamzat Chimaev.
So let me ask you this. How much input will Usman have in that? Who does he want to fight next? If Leon Edwards beats Masvidal, let's give that for the sake of argument, would he rather see him right there? Or, you know what? Let me get Chimaev because I think that'll be a bigger payday for Usman.
Yeah, I think that Usman's opinion does matter. If you get called out by the champion, it's very relevant. Now, here's what's interesting, guys. When they asked Usman about Chimaev at the press conference, he was very complimentary. It was almost the opposite of trying to stoke a fire and get things going. That could be calculated, and in all fairness, maybe the champ just looks at this young man and wants to give him his due. But there was some kind of gamesmanship, John. However you want to interpret it, I suppose, is open. But something was happening when Usman chose to compliment Chimaev instead of call him out.
There's no doubt. You started to hear Usman talk about family and life after fighting. And again, I'm having a little bit of fun. Obviously, I do think Kamaru Usman beats Khamzat Chimaev right now were they to fight, right? The betting line's already out. He's a 2-1 favorite. I'm just saying, most people can't deal with the physicality and the strength of Khamzat Chimaev, and I think stylistically the Usman fight is absolutely captivating.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.